And U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has warned Russia of consequences, including new sanctions, if no peace deal on Ukraine is reached. He said both Moscow and Kyiv must make concessions, stressing that without compromise there can be no peace.
Well, first of all, the Russians are already facing very severe consequences. There's not a single sanction that's been lifted. And not one. I mean, they're facing all the same sanctions that have been in place today. All the American support continues for Ukraine. And ultimately, look, if we're not going to be able to reach an agreement here at any point, then there are going to be consequences. Not only the consequences of the war continuing, but the consequences of all those sanctions continuing and potentially new sanctions on top of it as well. But what we're trying to do right now is end the war. And in order to end the war, you've got to give every opportunity that exists. You have to be open to any opportunity that exists to bring it about.
Rubio added that while sanctions remain an option, levying tougher measures now could halt negotiations entirely. The Trump administration has already imposed wide-ranging sanctions alongside Europe, but is weighing further action carefully. The Alaska summit between Presidents Trump and Putin ended without a ceasefire, despite Trump's earlier warnings of very severe consequences for Moscow. European leaders reacted with caution. France, Germany and UK and the European Commission pledged to keep sanctions in place until a just and lasting peace is achieved. French President Emmanuel Macron warned of Russia's tendency to break commitments. And at the same time, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer praised Trump's diplomatic efforts, calling them the closest step yet towards ending Russia's war. Russia's economy remains under strain, with oil and gas revenues, its main source of war financing, falling 27% in July year-on-year. The US has already sanctioned nearly 200 tankers carrying Russian oil, though experts say that another 359 vessels remain untargeted. Analysts warn that cutting off these so-called shadow fleet shipments could cripple the Kremlin's war machine. Meanwhile, Trump has credited his secondary tariffs on India for forcing Putin to the table, though his criticism on India's trade with Russia came under scrutiny when Putin highlighted a 20% increase in trade with the US since Trump took office in January. For now, Trump has delayed further sanctions, but insists that the options remain open in the coming weeks.